Okay,
Sorry for my video, but it doesn't work for me in the phone, so I have to switch it off.
Oh, it's okay. So I think everybody is here. If somebody else joins, that's okay. But for now, we can start. So I don't know if all of you heard, but yeah, as I was explaining, we're doing this online session in collaboration with another project that we are coordinating. It's about reinforcing EU economies through reinforcing human capital. So the context of the project, basically it's directed to migrants and refugees at a risk of exclusion. So it deals similar topics to the project that we are here coordinating. Its main objective is to encourage the development of personal qualifications that will help in the careers of the migrants and refugees that want to be a part of the labor market. So objectives are basically to support the integration of these groups, give the training opportunities such as this one, and help in developing their own companies. So for today, we're going to go through this online course, which has 7 modules, but today we were thinking of going through 3 of them because we already had sessions about some of these topics, so it's not necessary to go through them again. And also we don't have enough time, so we're going to go through 3 modules, and then we're also going to share the course with you, the link for the course where you can sign up and go through the whole thing on your own. There's a bunch of videos and there's Word documents with a lot of information, and just in general, it's a good course if you want to do some exercises also. So we're going to share it with you, but for now we can start with just presenting the course.
And maybe also ourselves quickly.
Oh yeah, well, I forgot we have a new participant. So my name is Masha, and I'm assisting Sylvia, that is sitting next to me, in coordinating this project. It's called Facilitating Safe Spaces for Migrant Entrepreneurs. So yeah, we are trying to give this online training for migrants that want to start their own businesses or just network. It was supposed to be a project that would gather people in person and offer some kind of one-on-one mentorship sessions with mentors, but we had to adapt it and make an online version of it. So now we're doing that. Hopefully, as Sylvia said, with the restrictions going down, so to say, we will be able to organize some kind of event, either a dinner or a session in person, which would be in our office here in Crossing Borders office in the center of Copenhagen. So in case that happens, we would be the happiest, and we're all going to notify you about that. And now I can let Sylvia say something.
Yeah, if you see that we look at each other, and it's a bit weird just because we're sitting with 2 laptops, but because of a logistic thing that we want to share screens and stuff, it was just easier to join from different computers. But yeah, my name is Sylvia. I'm working at Crossing Borders as project coordinator, and this is one of the projects that I coordinate. And Masha already told you about the project. It's funded by the Nordic Council of Ministers. And yeah, right now we are halfway through the project. And yeah, I mean, I think this is it basically. And maybe I can pass the word to the new participant because we don't know, we haven't met you before. So yeah, please introduce yourself.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Ashish. I am from India and I live here 13 years. I've studied here global refugee studies, but I was working with Bispede Hospital. I got fired and I'm planning to start like a company, which I got registered also. And maybe I can share my screen if possible, like if you can, I don't know. Well, Well, I'm not able to share my screen. But anyway, I was interested in this. I saw it from Facebook, this one about starting a business for migrants. And I have a very good product, which is like made of, what do you call it? Bamboo pulp, which is sustainable and recycled, like it is environment friendly. And it is used for packaging. So I did some survey, like I see everywhere they are using styrofoam, plastic still now. And what is there in the market is branding, like little high class, which is there, which is expensive. But my target group is more like cafes and all. But yeah, so I started this business, and I made a website, I did everything, and then I'm stuck there with so if I was just coming here, if I can get some tips or maybe some people who can join me as a team, and I can, think like that. So yeah, I will especially, and my aim is not just environment but also women empowerment. At the same time, I'm focusing on livelihoods for the forest people who live on the forest, because they are the ones who protect the forest. So once they leave it, and this product is made by the mostly woman who collects this leaf, which is it comes to the company, the factory where they make this finished product of packaging. It is durable. It is it can bear the temperature up to 90. It can just go in your food garbage, so it can automatically decompose.
Nice.
So I am here to get some tips, as well as because starting a business, having an idea and then starting a business is okay, but coming further is a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the reason I'm here.
Nice. But maybe you would also then share some tips, as you already started your own. So thanks for joining.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. Same.
And also, I mean, other participants are not here now, but we have their email addresses where we send them weekly updates about the previous session and the next one. So you're going to be grouped with them also if you share your email with us, and you can also respond in the chain email to notify them about your business, and just to get in touch if anybody is interested. You can also share your idea with that network in the future. So
sure, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's why we're here. So now I'm gonna start to share my screen. Also, Sylvia will share her screen. So on her screen, we're gonna follow the course, and on my screen, we can follow the presentation.
Can I just ask for, like, if I can know the other people as well? In the yeah.
Yes, of course. Whoever is interested, yeah. In this
no, I think you would like Lucia and Benham to introduce themselves. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, because we know each other already,
nice
and
know,
we forget about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to know if I meet again second time. So yeah.
Of course.
So maybe Lucia or Benham, whoever wants to start.
I'm okay. My name is Behnam. I'm from Iran, and I have a bachelor accountant and BA before. Have a gold store, and I work accounting in the accountant company 2 years, and after that I coming here near to 1 year, and so I'm waiting for finish my case refugee. So I'm here as a refugee in the wedding center, and just that it's enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'm Lucia. I'm from Slovakia, but now I'm in Denmark. I work in Crossing Borders as a volunteer through the European Solidarity Corps. And I think I will be in Denmark for now until the end of August. And yeah, I think that's it about me.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you. So yeah, we can start now. If you want to start with the course.
Yeah. So I share my screen.
And I will. We cannot share.
Not at the same time.
Oh, wait, maybe we can. Yeah. Let me just check it. Multiple. Yeah. Participants can share screen. Yeah. Now we should both be able.
Okay. Okay.
Who's the see?
Do you see both screens?
So we are just testing now with the screens. If
No. Yeah, no.
so, you see both the Sylvia screen and my screen.
Just your
Yes.
screen.
Okay.
Should I?
No, wait. Maybe I'll stop sharing. Or yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they can see both at the same time.
they should. But okay. Let's see how this will go. Oh, okay. Now I see yours. Okay, so we're going to start with module 1, which is called Soft Skills for Entrepreneurs. And it's a model that we chose because we didn't talk about it so far in our online courses. Why we chose soft skills? Well, it's the first model in this course, and we also think that it's an important part of starting the business, and it's a part that people sometimes don't think about enough. So basically, the point is to introduce you to the soft skills, what they are, and also to the 6 pillars on which they're composed. Interpersonal qualities or people skills and personal attributes that someone possesses are soft skills. So we're going to make a difference between hard skills and soft skills. Some of the examples are, as you can see on the screen, leadership, teamwork, communication, creativity, management, self-management, and networking. So in our course so far, we went through some of them. But here we were thinking of talking about these kind of skills that are interpersonal qualities. So as I mentioned, some of them are some things that people wouldn't necessarily think about if they have them or no when they're starting the business. And some of them you can learn, some of them you can train yourself to be better at. Some of them you're just born with, like creativity, but also you can improve your creativity. There's a lot of ways to do it. So today we're going to share with you all the ways how to do it, and mostly we're going to share the links or to the websites or videos that can be useful to you to learn these things. So soft skills in practice. Here they mention emotional intelligence. It's important because it's ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, but those of other people too. Because if we are going to work with somebody, then we have to be aware of how we behave, how they behave, how we communicate with them, how we work in a team in general. So it's important to basically continuously improve it. These 6 pillars, as I mentioned, are very important for the soft skills. So now I'm gonna start sharing my screen.
So I'll stop sharing mine.
You can just pause here if you want. Okay. So we're gonna jump between few things in here. So yeah, as I mentioned, We're gonna watch the first video, which is called Soft Skills in Practice. And it's about how to implement these skills, how to recognize your soft skills and how to put them in your resume so they actually become useful to you. And let me just
Sorry, that video, it's not be okay.
Sorry?
I can see it's normal.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have the same problem, or?
I can see it fine, but there's no voice.
Yeah, I
Okay.
also have problem with the voice.
With the what?
So it's my problem.
With the voice?
Okay. Let me just okay. Let's start from the beginning and let me know if it's gonna work.
Skills. Clearly, this isn't one of mine.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
But we all have skills that employers want. In particular, they want employees who have the right mix of soft skills and hard skills. Hard skills are technical knowledge or training gained through any life experience in your career or education. For example, if you've worked in food service or retail, you might know how to use a point of sale system.
O si estudiaste algún otro idioma, podrías hablarlo perfectamente.
Soft skills, on the other hand, are abilities that can be applied in any job. Think people skills or social skills. These are skills like leadership, lunchtime, problem solving, and organization. Still not sure what skills to list? Here are 10 of the most common. Remember, employers pay special attention to the skills on your resume. Well, I think that's everything. Remember that the smallest moves are sometimes the smartest. Like and subscribe for more tips.
Okay, so here we saw the just a basic introduction to what soft skills are, and it's actually really interesting because you might have more actual soft skills than you think you have. So let me just continue with the presentation. So in this exercise, we can shortly go through the differences between hard and soft skills. So as you can see, I'm also going to share this presentation with you, so you have all the exercises and links after we are done. So under hard skills, you can see that these are all skills of technical knowledge or training that you have gained through any life experience, including your career or education. So it's just the things that you've learned how to do. So it's basically the languages that you talk, or database management, or things like data mining or mobile development, programming languages, any kind of education that you went through. But soft skills are just personal habits that shape how you work on your own or with others. So it says integrity, dependability, effective communication, teamwork, creativity, problem solving, organization, willingness to learn. So all these things that you might know that you possess, but you don't think about putting them in your resume. And they're actually really important. Sometimes employers look at the soft skills more with actual more attention than hard skills, because hard skills are just there, and they are equal for everybody, but not everybody possesses all these soft skills that you maybe possess. So can you maybe now share the part with maybe I should, yeah, the video. Yes. Okay, so the first soft skill that is mentioned in the course is self-leadership or leadership. And the course says about the leadership that it's guiding or influencing people in order to reach certain results or goals. So it's something that can be learned or trained. It's not something that you're just born with, and not everybody is a leadership type of person, but everybody can learn to be. So it just means that you have to have certain abilities, or maybe learn certain abilities. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna share both. So I'm just gonna jump in between.
Yeah, so
it's gonna be easier. Yeah, yeah. And these are some of the abilities that usually good leaders have. So good leader is someone who has a clear vision, is cooperative, has ability to solve problems, somebody who listens to people, is authentic and honest, creative, innovative, communicative. So all these things, you don't have to have all of them, but you might start to think, if you're starting your own business, you might want to start thinking in this direction, how to be maybe more cooperative, how to be more consistent in some things, how to maybe risk more, how to be more flexible, how to maybe learn how to accept suggestions from your team members, and things like that. So to continue, we will talk about SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis is something that it's useful for just evaluating how far did you go with your personal development plan. And it's called SWOT because it's short for exploring your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So in here you can see some of the questions that you can ask yourself when you're doing this kind of SWOT analysis. So in your strengths, you can put, I'm talking about all these things because it would, in my opinion, and I think that it would really help in not just in starting your business, but also when applying to work. It would help to have all these things in your resume, basically. So you can ask yourself, what professional qualities do I have? What do I do well? Level of the education, biggest achievement, these kind of basic things that are the first ones that you can think about, and that are the most simple ones. And then you can go to your weaknesses. What am I bad at? In order to improve that, what are my personal flaws, and what tasks do I usually avoid, and how can I learn to do them better so I don't have to avoid them? This last question is a bit more dramatically put. What are the roots of my failure? But it doesn't have to be that dramatic. It's maybe just something that you're not that good at, and finding out why and how to fix it. And then you can go into opportunities. So everybody is focused on a certain professional area, or few of them. And there's always trends that are currently in happening in those. So you can always be in touch with them, and you can always follow them. And there's always a way to improve your education level. So maybe you can also get another educational level. Maybe you want to work in some different area. Maybe there's somebody who can support you in achieving these goals. So for example, today we have a participant that is willing to share his business idea with others, and who is willing to broaden the network. So you joined this course, and that's already one step ahead. And the last one is threats, which also sounds a bit dramatic, but it's also important to recognize the obstacles on our way to achieve certain things. who or what may get in the way, how to solve those problems. Are there any changes since maybe since I was studying until now? There's been there's a certain time, let's say 5 or 7 years since I finished my university until I want to find a job in that professional area. Maybe there were some changes. Maybe they will ask something different of me. Also, really important part is this one is technology changing my professional field, because we can see even today we work in an NGO, and it's about people, it's about personal connection, it's about opportunities, it's about all this real life stories, but we are all stuck online in Zoom meetings pretty much every day. So we also as a team had to go through digital capability lessons, and just to learn how to use these online tools. So it's important to stay updated with, of course, technology that is constantly changing. And
the laws.
And the laws, definitely, and the laws. But we will talk about the laws in a separate part, which is going to be the third model. But now we can continue with so we were somewhere around, okay, so teamwork. Teamwork is also a big important part of when writing your resume, because not only when applying to work for somebody, but also when working for yourself, you're probably going to have to surround yourself with a certain team that is going to help you. And basically, you're just going to have to be cooperative. And I wanted to include this in my presentation. This picture that we have here that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. It's African proverb that our director of Crossing Borders is always repeating, and it sums up actually what you need to be a team player. So team player, as it says, is somebody who is cooperative, willing to work effectively with other people, but it's important, that you recognize that these people have different levels of education, culture, personality, whatever, but still you're able to work with them. And it says here that also communication is important, and trust between members of the team. So you as a leader of the team or a part of the team have to be aware that communication and trust is important, and that each person in the team is equally important, but also equally responsible to create this trust in between team players. Next thing, as you can see here, there's a lot of these factors that are at play. I'm not going to go through all of them now. You're gonna watch this video on your own and see how to be a team player more in detail. But now I think we can move on to the next point, which is communication. And in communication part, I mean, everybody knows how to communicate with other people, but and everybody knows what communication is. It's giving information or telling something about me or how I see and what I want or what I want other people to do. So everybody knows what communication is, but not everybody knows how to communicate in a way that everybody will understand each other and everybody will keep a level of respect with each other. So that's also one important part to put on your resume when you're writing it or when you're just in a job interview. It's important to have this adjusted communication. That means that you need to be understood properly and adapt your communication either to the receiver or to the general situation. And also big part of communication skills are presentation skills and public speaking. So Of course, not everybody is born with self-confidence, and not everybody is a public speaker. I had a stage fright until I was, I don't know, 20 something, and I had to work through my public speaking and just in general giving my opinion out loud in front of other people. But yeah, of course, that's also something that we have to work on and constantly improve. And when presenting, we present ourselves, but also our company. In case we work for somebody, we are presenting that company, but also our own businesses. So it's really important to work on it if you are not good at it. But if you are good at it, then it's important to really boost it and to be proud of it and to put it on your resume. Next point is creativity, that we actually already went through in one of our courses. So I'm sorry that we're not going to have enough time now to go through it again. But here you can see some of the things that are important for this part. What this course really focused on is problem solving. So creativity is a broad word, so it can mean a lot of things. And it can also go from this basic creativity in which somebody is just born creative and they are performing some kind of music, arts, or whatever they're creative in. But this particular creativity in business world is actually problem solving creativity. So when you reach a certain problem, how you find the ways to deal with it. And they actually divided it in 3 zones, which are problem solving, opportunity, and beyond zone. And you can read all about this further in the course and in the links that we're going to provide. Here they give you some ideas of how to measure creativity. It's, for me personally, I don't think that this is that important. But in case that you really wanna, highlight your business idea in a way that is creative or innovative, then all these things could be really useful in presenting it. Also when writing a business plan that we're going to mention a little bit later. So now we came to the management as self-management part, which is, I would say, one of the most important, because it's a combination of the factors that we mentioned so far. So it's leadership, communication, organization, and time management skills. So if you're going to be head of a certain company, or just if you want to improve your self-management, it's good to be good at creating certain environment. So you need to create good teamwork between people that work for you or that you work for. They actually propose a really good technique to develop some kind of self-management, management, and it's called SMART method. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about it, but of course you can read more about it in the course itself. It's called SMART because it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. And it's all about your personal development. So all the goals that you set up for yourself, they should be all these things. So they should be very specific, they should be measurable, they should be attainable, relevant, and time-based. Because sometimes it's really hard to get out of your own head and just focus. So people set up goals for themselves that are not really specific. They don't know what they going for. But if you create your goals to be even smaller but more specific, it's going to be easier to really focus on them. Second thing is measurable. If you can really not measure it by numbers or however, but if you can really see progress between just the starting point when you just set up the goal for yourself or when you attained it, if you can measure that progress, it's really good for your own self-confidence and also for your business, which leads us to the next point, which is attainable. So all these smaller goals are better than, if they are achievable, are better than some kind of big goals that you might never reach, and you might lose the faith in you and your business on the way. Relevance, of course, all the goals that we are achieving should be relevant to us and to the company that we are starting. And time-based, so it's always good to put a time frame on everything that you do, because it keeps you more in more active, and it keeps you more in this kind of frame, yeah, in which you can work on specific goals. Here are some of the tips about self-management. So self-management is more about mental health, and it's more about your own physical and emotional status. So it's just talking about how it cultivates your creativity, your inspiration, curiosity. So all these things that we cannot learn, and that some of us are born with, some of us are not, we can still work on them. And this is how you can work on your creativity, just by getting inspired, just by being curious, just by joining all these different networks and events, even in this pandemic, when so many people just lost the opportunities of doing something in person. We all transferred everything online, so it's really nice to find all these kind of things just to connect with people, and yeah, just stay curious and just pay attention to what is happening around you. And there's also this other advices which might sound a little bit spiritual, but they're also super useful, and they're really good tips to remember each day. Yes.
I think this self-management and management, like it's one of the fundamental, very significant, because if you can manage this emotions, and then you can motivate yourself, and then you can move, even though you like the smart, even though you means, what do you call it, like you lose time, or you manage you have a kind of a bigger vision, you want to narrow it down, or to be specific and all that. But this is very significant role. I mean, how you manage your emotions, and which actually push you.
Yeah, because life is very unpredictable, as we found out in 2019 and 2020, and you never know what's going to happen. And it's important to take care of yourself, as you said, and not to get disappointed, or even if you lose motivation, you can always find it again. Maybe just take some time and relax and slow down and breathe, or connect with the nature, whatever is necessary for you, or find some creative outlet that you like to spend time with. Just do something for yourself, and then it's going to be easier to continue, as you said.
I mean,
you agree?
I agree. Also, when you feel more grounded and more on your feet, whatever happened, which is always unpredictable, but you're kind of more ready to cope with it. And that can happen like business-wise, but also like life-wise in general. So yeah, they might seem like obvious and I don't know, a little bit hippie tips, but they're really not. And I can speak by personal experience. Yeah.
I mean, if you are balanced, you're grounded, then you can attract also.
Yes, that's
the
true.
energies.
Like that's true.
In net, you're not balanced, not grounded, then you can't even do networking.
That's true, and good thing to mention networking, because that's our next point. We actually had the whole session about networking, and we had a really nice mentor who told us all about how he started his own business here in Copenhagen by just joining volunteering organizations and just meeting a lot of different people, and then that led from one situation to another, which led to his final product, which is his own freelancing style of living. So we already talked about it and how important it is to connect and just to create relationships with people. And then here you can see some of the examples how to do it. It's like online activities, networks, real interactions, various gatherings. I hope now with less restrictions everywhere, it's going to be more possible to network. And even joining our course, and even us being willing to meet every week here, it's also a small part of just offering space for networking. So we are always happy to have new participants and to grow the number of our participants in general that all joins, because we are hoping to have this group of people by the end of this whole project that are going to connect to each other, and maybe not necessarily something comes out of it that's going to bring I don't know, whatever, but we just hope to create a small network of people that could just use each other for company or for conversation or inspiration or whatever. So it's pretty obvious that you really need to network in order to also spread the word about your own business. And here it's we're just giving you a few advices how to do it properly, let's say. It's very obvious, but still it's useful to be mentioned. So it's choosing the right network. I remember the example that Mattia, that the mentor that was talking about this topic, when he mentioned that he actually, when he was choosing which organization to volunteer for, he initially wanted to volunteer for one organization.
Yeah.
He even started.
He was on his way there, and then
he met some people on his way to this organization that actually dragged him away and took him to in another direction to another organization, which he then became a big part of, and they became a big part of his life, and he just met so many people there. Then from then on, the whole avalanche of opportunities opened up. So it's about choosing the right network. Sometimes it's about being lucky and just coming upon a certain group of people or whatever, but yeah, choosing your network would be very wise just for the beginning, and choosing where to promote your business and how, actually. So all these social events, seminars, workshops, trainings, volunteering, sport clubs, they can all be useful and they can be valuable spaces to meet other people. You never know when you're going to meet somebody who has similar ideas to you or just interested to work in the same area. Start from your existing network. So yeah, of course, that's pretty obvious to that it's very useful to have already a support system around you. They don't have to necessarily be involved in your business, but they can give you support in many ways. So it's also important to recognize among your friends or relatives or even neighbors that they are also there to support you. And sometimes it's good to share the idea with them and just to listen to their feedbacks if they have any kind of advices, or even if they want to support you financially or however. It's really important to also recognize people from your close vicinity, and also be creative in communicating and connecting. You should also get something from your network. So it's not just about joining, it's also about receiving. And it's also about expanding your network, but also your abilities. Maybe you meet somebody who will teach you something new, or you will be able to teach somebody something new. So it's all about like two-way street, I would say.
For me, I network a lot. I mean, I was with the nerd people, the IT and startup and all. I saw them falling. In this period, I saw a lot of them, and yeah, I mean, yes, it is very important to know the right kind of network.
Yeah.
But it's also be like not just be open-minded, but also because a lot of people are open-minded, it's rarely you find people with open-hearted, and that's where the issue is because when you're open-hearted, then you're able to receive and give. But networking is like a lot of people just open-minded, so
that's true. Yeah, you have to be willing to. You have to be willing to just to be able to hear that maybe you're not doing something right, and then somebody corrects you or just gives you an advice how to do it better. So as you said, yeah, it's important to stay open to all the possibilities and advices.
And to engage when it's worthy for you.
Yeah.
To engage, because then otherwise you just end up, in a spiral of draining volunteer work that it might not even be that useful to your own experience. So yeah, like as Masha mentioned before, like Mattia, he's a graffiti artist and he's self-employed, but something that he had to really work on was to not say yes to every kind of work that he was supposed to do for free, because otherwise then you know, you never step up your game. You're always, you keep, you know, feeding the same you know, volunteering system, that then at the end you don't grow as a self-employed on for your company. So yeah,
I completely agree, because I know a lot of activists here in Copenhagen who has been like the kind of the foundations, and now they don't want to get involved because it drains you. People always demands you, and that's what like it's all about. It's not being open. It's not just being open-minded, but open-hearted. You know, where you are able to receive criticism, able to everything, like emotions.
That's true. So here we finished, we kind of went like quickly through the module 1, which was about this kind of soft skills and things that we can talk about probably forever. But I would like to go now to the next module, which is business plan. We kind of recognize from these 7 modules that this could be something that we could start a conversation about, because we didn't really talk about it yet. We were supposed to have this one session that was focused just on the business plan, but then for certain reasons we couldn't hold it. And now we're just going to quickly go through it, because it's not really that engaging or interesting to just listen about it. So what I would recommend in this presentation that I'm also going to share with you, there will be a bunch of links that you can visit, and you can watch all these videos. For the beginning, we're just going to introduce what business plan is. Maybe you already know, maybe you don't know, but yeah, I think it's important just to clarify, maybe for people that don't really know how relevant it is to make a successful business plan. So here we're just going to mention why build it and what elements are key to a business plan, how to develop the strategy, market strategy, how to identify your customers, and then the finance report, which I'm going to leave to all of you individually to watch the videos, because they are long, but they're really useful. So it says here that the reasons why we should develop business plan in the beginning is just to describe in detail a business idea, to create a guide for any kind of future actions that you're planning to take with your business. And if you need financial support, you're of course going to have to apply for the grants or any kind of potential investors. But if you're planning to do so, you of course have to have the business plan to explain what is your plan, what are you planning to do, and why should they give you the support and the money. So elements that are key. These are just the basic points that you should go through when writing a business plan, and it's about business ideas, strengths and weaknesses. So it's more also for you, not just for other people, but it's also useful for you to see and assess everything about your idea that you can put on the paper. So yeah, of course, your ideas, strengths and weaknesses, and then just to explore all the opportunities that you have to sell and promote your business. You of course have to explore the competition, because you're not probably going to be the only person with the same idea in the business market. Then you have to recognize the practical issues that are probably going to appear and how to work out them. Realize if you need to employ people or it's just enough to have you yourself and you. And then mind production costs, because in order to earn some money, I think you should spend some money in the beginning, and you just need to know how much. So here are some of the advices on how to create this market strategy. They're pretty obvious, but also as with all the obvious things, it's good to mention them. So researching competitors, using the internet, of course, as every day, and as we already mentioned, keeping up to date with the technologies, gathering all the information that you can gather on the barriers of the business, and of course never underestimate them. And this especially is crucial for our group of participants, and what these projects are made for. So never underestimate barriers, so either legal or social or cultural barriers you might meet, because yeah, these projects are for entrepreneurs that are not local. So, and of course select the pricing system carefully. So as I said, all of these things you can learn more about in the videos that we're gonna provide you with. It's these three videos, actually 2 videos and 1 useful site. So the first video is called how to write a good business plan, and it's taking you through all the points that you need to have in your business plan. Maybe not all of them will be useful, but I think it's good to go through it in order to write a good plan. Second video that you see here is accounting and bookkeeping. So this is just one of the videos in the whole series of lectures about accounting in general. Yes?
Is this accounting and bookkeeping is specific to Denmark, or is it general?
It is actually in general. For Denmark, we have this further in the presentation, and in the session we're going to mention Danish legislation and sites that are dealing specifically with Danish tax reports and things like that. But this is just about some kind of some kind of general knowledge about business, like financial part of the business plan and what some terms mean. Just an explanation of basically vocabulary that people use in this and terms, and so these kind of actions. And also I put the link for Khan Academy. Khan Academy is basically online course site where you can get free classes about a lot of different things. There is a lot of free online course sites, as you maybe already know, and but we put Khan Academy because we think that here you can find more content about business plan and business in general if you're willing to learn about these things on your own. So yeah, that's it for this part. And here we put a little exercise for you that you might want to do now or in your own time. That is just there to help you articulate your ideas. So some of you have really precise ideas already what you want to do, but some of us might just are just in an exploration period in which we're just thinking about how to start a certain business. And these are the good, I mean, they're pretty simple questions. They're just 1-word questions that are here, but they could be really useful in trying to maybe articulate all the ideas that you have in a kind of mix in your head in one more focused direction. So questions are who, what, why, when, where, and what funds. As I said, they're pretty basic, but if you try to answer all of them, thinking about opening a company or starting a business or starting online business or whatever, I think it's good to just put them on a paper and to write down as much as you can, focused on this kind of questions. So who would be involved in this company? Who would start it? What are we going to do? What is my company going to do? Why are we doing it? Why am I starting this company with this kind of goal? When do I plan to do it? Do I need to do it now in a few months, or do I have a long-term plan in 5 years? Where? Am I going to stay in Denmark? Am I going to move somewhere? Am I even able to plan it in that direction? and what funds. Am I on my own? Do I have to secure all of the funds by myself, or I'm planning to apply for some grants, or do I need financial support from investors? All of these questions need to be answered, but it's nice to have them like this in one place, so you can go through all of them and just write them down, and they're going to be outline of your business plan in the beginning at least. Here they continue to talk about customers. So your business might not necessarily have a wide range of customers, but it's always good to do the market research. So you can either, as I said before, if you're surrounded by people that are willing to listen to you talking about your business, it's always good to ask them about feedbacks and maybe pretend that they're going to be the target group or the market customers that you're gonna target in the future, or you can find an actual potential customers and or customers that you know that are using the services of similar companies. So you can talk to them and just see what they need and ask them a lot of different questions that are relevant actually to your own business. So in this topic, there is also a financial report, which is not that fun, and which is not actual fun thing to do or to think about, but it's equally important. And the videos also include all these explanations about all these terms that are mentioned here. So cash flow forecast, balance sheet, profit loss forecast. They all sound really dry, but at the same time they're important, because your business at the end of the day, it might be long-term investment, but you have to get something from it. You cannot, as Sylvia said, volunteer for years and just hope for the best. It's important to be on top of all of these things. And it's important to learn what all these things are. And it's also important to know that you're not on your own. So especially today, there are a lot of softwares that you can count on. And there are a lot of people specialized in these terms and in this part of the business plan. So you can actually pay somebody to do it for you, or you can invest in softwares that you're going to be able to use and to have good results about that. So with this, I would conclude this module. And if anybody else has something to add, and if not, then we can go straight to Danish legislation. So I think, currently we are all in Denmark, and we are all maybe planning, maybe not planning, but interested in how the law works in Denmark in order to start a business. So this course, in my personal opinion, in this module, I mean, this video is useful, but it's useful in a way that is just giving you links and providing you with websites for you to go and read on your own, because each case is different. So they just all gathered all the different websites that you can go to visit and read about what are your rights, obligations, and what can you do, what can you not do. We collected them all, of course, in this presentation. So in case you're interested, you can visit all of them on your own time. I'm just going to mention first 3 most important steps to actually do when you're opening business in Denmark. And first, of course, is the permit. So it all, of course, depends on your own situation, but when you want to work in Denmark, you're applying for residence and work permit. This portal that is called New to Denmark is official portal, and it's for foreign nationals who just want to visit or who want to move here or work here. So if you follow the link in this presentation, you're going to be able to go there. second part on, I mean, second step in this whole part is profession authorization. So your own profession that you might have from your country of origin or somewhere else, and when you move to Denmark, it has to be regulated. So basically, you need to have authorization from the government that says, yes, your profession is recognized here, and you can do this, and these things with it. So this site, Work in Denmark, has all these kind of different guides that actually explain what your profession is in Denmark, how recognized it is, and what can you do with it. So there's this whole procedure that you have to go through in order to get your diploma recognized. And also there is a list of regulated professions that you can find in these sites. Third step, and in my opinion, it is maybe most important step that sometimes people tend to ignore a bit, like not think about it enough, is rights concerning your working conditions. So on this site, Study in Denmark, if you go under Working in Denmark and Hours and Legalities, but also there's other points that you can read about, they explain the Danish model. As we heard today in our staff meeting, there is no minimum wage in Denmark, so you have to kind of count on your organization or company or boss to give you the wage that is actually appropriate for the amount of work that you do. But there is a Danish model. It's some kind of unspoken rule or condition, yeah, between the companies and organizations, where you can have a primarily fixed wage that you got through the collective agreement. So for the public workers, it's usually, these wages are usually fixed through collective agreements with the union. But in private companies, you usually negotiate your own pay with your management. And also there are a lot of minimum rights that you are entitled to when you work in Denmark. So on this site, you can also check all of them. Here they posted also relevant web pages and tools. All of these are also in the last slide of this presentation. If you're interested in any of them particularly now, we can go through them, and I can also just explain a little bit about them. So we put the link for the official government website for international recruitment. Then there are sites for particular jobs, for example, IT jobs, if you're interested in that area. But there's also a lot of these job banks, as they call it, where you can find all kinds of positions for your own profession. And the last thing that I would mention today for now is REUERHC, which is also linked in the presentation here. So REUERHC is how to say, yeah, it's cooperation network, but it's a platform where you can find jobs inside of European Union all in one place. So it might look scary in the beginning. I'm gonna now take you through it. Just gonna move here, because there is a lot of big numbers that are mentioned in this portal, but there's also a lot of filters that you can put that are gonna actually reduce the number of the results when you're finding a job. So here, options. So here you can find a job very easily. I mean, you can start to find the job very easily because it's very, as I said, it's very broad, but then you can make it very specific. And if you choose here Denmark, for example, it says that currently there are open 2,463 jobs. And it can look scary in the beginning, but then there's all these filters that you can check, and it's going to make results. Of course, it's going to narrow them down. And here you can, so we put Denmark, which gave us 2,000 results for now, but then you can put your own work schedule, which can be any of these, and also the language. And then there's more of the filters, of course, sector, where you can choose sector that you're primarily interested in, education level, experience, contract type. So it's really easy to just go through all of these filters, but if you have enough time and energy, you can also just go through all of them just by looking at it like this. So the point of this EURES is because it's facilitating this free movement between the countries, between the 28 countries for now, that also include the Switzerland, Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway. And it's just a nice network where you can see all of the jobs inside of these 28 countries in one place. So I hope it's going to be useful for you too. And I know I said this is the last thing, but the very last thing is these two sites, I mean, three. One of them is Ministry of Denmark, that has its own website with really useful tips on how to set up the business. And then also Danish Business Authority. It's about really starting a business, opening a business in Denmark. And the last thing is a digital tool for taxes and fees. So it's very dry page, I would say, and it doesn't look very exciting when you visit it, but I assume it's really, really useful if you ever plan to do your own taxes and just to deal with them in your company. Yeah, that's it for today. Online course. As I mentioned, I'm going to share the presentation with you, which has all of these links that you can explore in your own time. And also we will share the course with you. We encourage you to register and to go through all of the course because it has how many more modules? 4 more modules that we didn't even go through. And I think it's really useful, if nothing, then just to maybe inspire yourself with some ideas and maybe to just find out something that you maybe weren't aware of when starting a business here. So I really hope that you found this useful. And I don't know if you have any questions. Sylvia has a question, so we can start from her.
That was a little bit analogic, but no, I just wanted to add one thing, because I'm a migrant myself. I moved here in Copenhagen almost 2 years ago, and this is just an advice, but don't settle for the first answer that you get, because what I experience is that maybe you talk to someone and this person has an answer, and then you talk to another person and there's a different angle. So for whatever it is about, I don't know, I'm thinking about my tax situation, for instance, at the time. Don't settle for the first answer. Talk to more people, ask questions, ask clarification. It's in your right. So investigate before taking next steps and making a decision, because sometimes it really depends on the person you talk to and on the knowledge of that person. So the system here is really boxed. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you don't have to trust it completely. You have also to find answers yourself, and that's what community and network and talking to people is important. Yeah, because that's for me at least, it was the first way to get to know more and to have more information, and in a less formal way, but still very, very, very useful.
Yeah. And all these kind of online courses that you come across and just join, and maybe they're not going to be useful for you at this moment or something, but at least you create this, as we already mentioned 100 times, network where you feel like maybe you meet somebody that you can rely on in the future. And once you get your contract, before you sign it, of course, obviously read through it and ask other people what they think of the conditions, not just anybody on the street, but people people that you trust and people that you think could give you good advice about maybe they're willing to share the conditions of their own contract, how it looks like, and what are your rights, because Denmark really provides a lot of rights. Denmark is really taking care of workers in general, but you also have to know how to find the information. So I really hope that, I mean, this lesson might not be the most interesting or fun one, but it's full of links and websites that could be useful to find an information, especially in English language. And if in case you are interested in finding out more or something else, now you know that you have also us. That's not our primarily activity, but at least we have also big network. As an organization, we have a big network of other organizations and people that are involved, and they can maybe provide you with an answer that you need for your own specific situation. So yeah,
I would like to say thank you very much.
oh.
Yeah, it was nice. Most of the things I am completely aware of, like I know this, and I don't know if I can able to share my screen. I cannot, because I really wanted to show. But what I was interested in, like if I can make some good network who are willing to start business, and also, I mean, kind of you know what I'm looking for, like the hard skills, you know. So to get into this digital marketing and if kind of team which we can benefit from each other, learn at the same time, who's interested. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting to go back and refresh all this and yeah. So but I don't know, I mean, do you have this module or courses regularly, or how it works?
So this online course was actually created inside of this other project that I mentioned. That is not the project that we are currently coordinating. They did have, I think they created this online training specifically for this project, but they do have a lot of other information, leaflets, newsletters on their own website. And also you can see other organizations that are included as partnering organizations in the project. So some of them might be really more relevant for the sole creation of business plans or any parts of these modules. And yeah, as I mentioned, maybe you can give us your email address so we can put you in this group where we send all the information that we mentioned in the today's session, and then information about the next session. And yeah, I'm just going to put all of the links there, and also the presentation and the link for the project and for the online course.
Yeah. And also, like, next session is going to be like held by two mentors that they did start their own business online. So probably it's going to be interesting for you to join the next one, which will be in a week. We will send you, all of you, a reminder with all the information, but just so you know, it's like one girl and one guy. Yeah.
It's about health, you said?
It's gonna be next Thursday.
Yeah.
At probably not the same hour, probably a little bit later. But yeah, we're having two mentors that are migrants themselves that moved from their country to another country but they started online business. So we're gonna focus more about on steps how to start online business, and also one of them is simultaneously having. I mean, both of them are at the same time having their own business they started, but they're also working for other people. So there's going to be these two points of view, let's say.
But I think you can share the screen now if you want. I think.
Yeah, I made it possible for everybody to share the screen, so I'm not sure why. It says here all participants, so.
Yeah, that's. It says I'm on app, but I don't see the share screen. Like normally it's.
Internet is bad.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, difficult for me. I normally use my laptop.
But as I mentioned, you can also, in the email that I sent, you can reply to all. And we are also planning to make a Facebook group that is going to gather all the people that we gathered so far as participants here and all the training topics that we went through.
I will show you the product by changing my camera. I mean, I don't know it's very clear or not.
Yeah, we can recognize. Tableware and food packaging, nice.
Yeah,
really
and these
cool.
are like Areca leaves. It is disposable, and then I have like all this, and then this is the one which is like quite a takeaway stuff.
Nice. So it's already on. I mean, you're already selling these products, right?
Actually, I have done everything, and then I started from my basement.
Yeah.
And yes, I did some like I don't know if you are aware of burner community in Copenhagen.
Which, sorry?
The burner community.
No, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So I do some like events, some private like. Well, I also kind of work with mental health. I do ceremonies for with cacao.
Yeah.
If you know about it. So I mean, also the like many different things. So I mean, I was doing it within my own network, but this is the straws from bamboo, which I supplied to a cocktail bar, which closed down after. But what I'm looking for is, I mean, there are a lot of different products I have. So I will just, what I'm looking for is to, like you in your organization, there are a lot of students and all who can add on in their biodata with the project, particularly for digital marketing, some and all that.
We mostly work with interns and volunteers. Some of them come from different backgrounds, but most of them, their universities are connected to these social topics. So not a lot of them are actually coming with that background of digital marketing or IT, any kind of area.
Okay.
But we do work with other organizations that have
also the sales and into the food business and all that, because I was thinking if I can get involved some migrant community and all that, you know. If I can.
For sure. But when did you start your business, if I may ask?
Actually, I just started a year, and then the corona came. And
but
so
please,
I just started, and from my.
But please, like, share everything with us, because you know we also like different events here. At least we used to before corona, and you know, we might need ourselves, you know, this kind of equipment. So like, it's very good to know, and actually very useful, especially here that takeaway food, it's so common and so used. So yeah, it's a very good idea.
We can also, I'm just now thinking, if you stay in touch with us, we can also compile a kind of a list of organizations and everybody that we work with, not necessarily us, but others that might need your products, and that we can then give you the list and contacts, so you can maybe contact them and see if there's anything that you can collaborate on.
Yeah.
No, I mean, basically, you know, I mean, the business starting and doing is a process. Like, even though you do all this SWOT analysis and all that, so you learn on the way.
Yeah.
So when I started, like, I made websites and everything, and then I'm a kind of environmental activist for a very long time, and I also feminist. Yeah. So what happened while I was started and I was doing it, I realized that if I buy like 500 cups or 1,000 this bamboo's straws, it is more not like really effective environmentally because of the transport and, you know, I mean, also I'm kind of local. I mean, local in different places.
Yeah. Ooh, wait,
forest.
you froze. Okay. I think it's on my internet. Yeah, wait 1 second because you froze.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're back.
Is it?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
back now.
So what I am into is like I don't want to bring 500, 1,000. That is why, and I don't have logistics, which I learned on the way that you need logistics like a store, which I might have in future.
Yeah.
But at the moment, so what I'm looking for, the already who are into the wholesale market, who are already supplying to all this cafe.
I see.
Plastics. So why not I provide them with this and they supply to the cafes, and I bring like one container instead of 10 boxes of 1,000. So it is much more environmental friendly. So, so I'm not, yeah, so that is the one challenge. I mean, I'm learning as well. So,
yeah, of course. But I feel you're already on a very good path. Yeah. Yeah.
And also I am looking for people who are like-minded, who believe in this product. I tell them to touch it, feel it, connect with it. So if you believe in it, then you can come in on board and we can do something together. So this kind of who ambitious people, like, you know, maybe Banham, yeah, if he's interested, yeah. So I'm trying to involve like the, who are, you know, already in the society, but kind of have the something, you know, some kind of a soft skill or hard skill, or yeah. So that is how I landed here. When I see something business, I just come in and see if I can make something.
Yeah, so I hope that this first step towards networking with us will be useful in the future. And just send us your email, and then I'm gonna put you in this email chain that we have. We're also gonna notify other participants about your business and your idea and your wishes. Also, you can send an email by yourself. Yeah. And we're gonna do a little bit of research of how we can connect maybe some of the organizations from our network with you, and that could be useful in both ways.
Yeah, I mean, how do I send it in the chat now? Or?
You can just put it now in the chat. Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah.
Okay, I'll send my email and this website address. So
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
We just hope. You know.
Yeah. I mean, you never know.
Hope for the best.
Yeah. And as we said, like in June, we're planning to organize like a gathering with all of us, the participants, the mentors. Like, so it's gonna be a nice occasion and chance to connect with other people, you know, and hopefully find someone that is on board. With your idea and with your ambition, which is very, very nice. Like, I really admire it. So, yeah.
I did some event for the homeless people. I did some event for the homeless people. 1 second, I'll connect to my battery. In the church, Maria Church, you know, Maria Kirken in East together with all Burner community. Over there, the priest knows me very well, and I also donated did something, made kombucha. So you are also welcome to my events and all that. Sometimes I'll do it on the streets. It's coming now about lighting and all that. Like, we do harm reduction kind of group.
Yeah.
With the use of drugs and all that, and also people help them to harm reduction. And I also do healing work with many people now, especially need meditation, cacao, chanting, and all that. So yes, I mean, you always try to connect me, but I will write my email address, and I will really want to say thank you to you, both of you.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah. Lucia, Benham, all good there?
Yeah, it's very good. Thank you so much for everything.
No, thank to you guys for showing up.
And seeing that so seeing that it's
I'm waiting for next week.
Yeah. Next week will be also interesting. We're gonna have 2 mentors.
Yeah. So now I be go.
Yes, it's 3:30, so we have to finish the session anyway. And it was nice to see you. Hope to see you next week.
Yeah.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye, Benham.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Lucia.
Wait a
Bye.
minute.
It was too interesting, actually. I will like it.
Thank you.
I just I'm looking for my company email